sometimes I'm just like, okay, if you can help me carry the baby.
Yeah.
Exactly. That you know nothing about me, you know nothing about my child, you know nothing about our plans. So in this case, this person started off with Suyi having a rash.
So when you say lose friends, that means like you're not talking to the person. Maybe you're like, you can't call me at this time or something.
So next, we're going to talk about the worst unsolicited comment or advice that we've received from people. So Bolu is going to start.
So I have had friends, or maybe a friend, reach out to me and say, oh, somebody was like, oh, why don't you want to have kids? Maybe obviously like, the person asked her, and then obviously she'll be like, oh no, Bolu said she's not ready, like she wants to do professional exams, something. And then the person's like, oh, like, why let her have it now? It's better for her to have it when she's younger. She would have time. Career would come after.
But I don't see how it's still this person didn't
like maybe unsolicited advice is like might affect me. It's possible. Like I guess it depends on the instances. Yeah, subconsciously. But sometimes I'm just like, okay, if you can help me carry the baby.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Carry it while I'm living my food.
Yes, we can.
But yeah, like unsolicited advice sometimes can affect you, sometimes it's like whatever. And I think friends too are also scared of asking you like some weird kind of like, oh, like don't be angry.
I mean, I think that's different.
I think that's fine. I think maybe unsolicited come from strangers, people who don't know anything about
Yeah,
you.
that's the most annoying.
I think for me, I wouldn't remember anyone. Not like I haven't received, but I think I just always, it's something I'll just laugh over and then move on. Like the moment I'm out of that sincere, like to me, I don't even remember it. Yeah, because to me, like you don't count. So
Yeah, no, but I hear that, especially when it's like a stranger.
So I agree with everyone. Really.
Yeah, nothing.
It does Ode shit.
Nothing really fazes me because I don't know what they really ask me. Tell me, oh, when do I get married? When am I going to get married? Or when am I having a second kid?
But I think like you parents, like mothers and fathers, like you guys will be the ones that receive. Like, oh, this is how you should train your child. This is how. Because I think you guys are the ones
the worst comes from strangers.
Oh, wow.
Because I feel like when it's like friends already know what's going on with you, so of course friends can advise you, and I feel like it's easier for me to I usually take advice from that, because in fact sometimes I find it helpful.
Even when your friend does not have a child.
Yeah, even when they don't have kids.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like just because you know me, you know my child, and I've given you enough information to kind of give
form your own opinion.
Yes, exactly. So now the worst that we experience and parents. Yes, and like I said, not having kids is not even a criteria for not having an opinion. It's that you know nothing about me, you know nothing about my child, you know nothing about our plans. So in this case, this person started off with Suyi having a rash, and then she already said, I think she was a nurse or something. I mean, she's not my friend, so I don't think she's going to see this. I don't know. So, but Suyi had a rash. You should see it so that you subscribe and like. Like you don't say, you don't know nothing. You keep quiet. But okay. So he had a rash, and then she sees it, and she's like, "Oh, have you had that rash checked? Have you not seen a doctor? You should see a doctor." And I'm like, in my head, I'm just already like, "How did you just form an opinion and conclude before you even hear me speak?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we already saw a doctor. The doctor just told us to use like a cream." And I'm saying, "Oh, that could be something. You should do something in a very condescending manner." And that's not what she even did. That was her introduction to what she did. So, and I was just like, okay, thank you, no problem. Like,
yeah.
So next thing, somebody else is talking about how her brother was sleep training, and it was so rough because nobody slept and all that. I mean, I don't know if anybody here sleep train, and I know it's usually brutal. We didn't sleep train. We just waited it out till he started sleeping through the night. But yeah, it's usually brutal. Mom is stressed, child is stressed, and everything. So we somewhere along the line we got talking and mentioned, oh, like Suyi was sleeping in our bed. And she's like, isn't that very dangerous? Like, oh, you should have been doing that same condescending tone. And I'm just like, chick or dude, you don't know anything about us. Like, I mean, the fact is that co-sleeping, there are safe ways to co-sleep. There, like if you look online about using blankets, not being too tired, not being drunk, stuff like that before you can co-sleep with the baby. There are ways to co-sleep with the baby, but she clearly had no idea. And this is where I'm saying, oh, you don't even have knowledge. This is where not being a parent is one thing, because you did not have any idea of that. And then you don't even know us. You don't know what we're doing. You don't know why we're doing it. You did not know that my son had reflux. My son couldn't lie on his back. I have to put him upright. And then when I left him in his crib upright one time in his bed, he even choked. It was your mom that saved him now.
Oh, wow.
So you don't know these things and then you give an opinion. So that's where it's just like, it really, I was like, we didn't really say anything, but it really, really irritates me. So please,
Yeah, we just laughed it out, kind of.
if you don't know
I think like
what's going on,
strangers give unsolicited advice. That's when it's like very
like you know nothing. So
No background.
advice to anyone watching, like if you don't know what's going on, no matter what you think you know, just keep it to
Yeah,
yourself.
because the family also, you're telling
Yeah, if you're not
they
your
have only
friends,
one bed in their house.
yeah, so you now need me to start giving you the information that we only have.
I think like even as a stranger, I have to like consciously also learn.
Refrain from like trying to give.
Yeah, that's why I
opinions.
also avoid like really commenting on people's pictures or like even like all these Insta blogs. Some people might maybe spank their child in public. I might not be like, oh, if I have my own child, I don't think I might.
I know, but I know it's so easy to say a lot of things that, you know, I actually said I would not co-sleep with my child. So I actually said, and in my head, I was judging parents co-sleeping with their children.
That's what happened. I think like most times strangers always have opinions, but I think like, so for example, if I go somewhere and I see a rash on a child, especially when I'm a stranger, maybe I go for like an outing where I'm a stranger to somebody else that they invited, I doubt that I would comment on that rash.
Sometimes you can always like depict the attitude in it. Like for example, if you're coming from an opinion where, or like the swimming example now, and then you're wondering, is this safe for a child? If you ask the question now, I'm like, oh, is this safe for the child? It's different from saying, this is dangerous to the child. Why would you do such? Then that's different.
Yeah.
Because now you've come with an opinion that you're trying to understand. Is this safe?
Yeah,
And then someone might now respond and give you
like,
facts.
oh yes, actually,
And this is
And
this.
in that case, you have learned.
Exactly.
But when you've already insulted the person,
Exactly. Because
What kind of mother does this to a child?
because
like, can you love a child more than the mother? Can you? There's no winning. There's no choice you want to take that somebody doesn't have an opinion.
oh, are you sure like he'll be skinny? Oh, you should start giving him formula by 3 months. He'll be skinny. Or
and then you start giving formula. I'm like, no, why are you giving formula? No,
Let me say, there's no way. There's no winning. There's no winning. There's no
And
winning.
also like it's not fair because the opinions also affect people. But
Yeah,
you tell
true
someone,
that.
or you're like saying where they have all these like people surgery. What's the surgery to why it's blank
What's that?
to give birth when you're giving birth to child?
CS.
CS, yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah,
I
you have
hate.
that. So like, a lot of people are now like are now stuck because now they see it as maybe an evil thing.
Yeah, some people have that
Even-
opinion.
even
No,
you recommend it and
I
stuff.
don't feel
And
like.
it's no, but like what's happening now because there's so many opinions out there. Everybody's so it's like, oh, am I now going to be the weak one? If everybody's like, say, oh,
That's the problem.
If 10 of your friends,
Even
half of
epidural.
yeah,
I got epidural, but there was already all that. Oh, like I've forgotten the phrases, like things like, oh, you something like choosing
no, it's not being a mother
experience.
enough. Or what?
Something like that. I say I'm happy for you that there was no award if I entered the
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm good. So but yeah, there's still that even with epidural. I mean, I feel like even for me, the only this is the thing of somebody knowing you and somebody doing something out of your love. This is different. So somebody telling me not to use epidural because you should be a strong woman is like so stupid.
Yeah.
But like for example, my mom was against me using epidural because she used epidural and she had back pain. That is where I hear. That is where you're making
So
sense.
it's from
Care for me.
experience.
You don't want me to have a problem with bending. Like, do you
have back pain?
No, I didn't have. So thankfully, but I did not even care at that point. So the one was like, do you want me to tell you the side effect? I said, no, whatever it is, I will take it. Just push it. Put that thing on my back.
You do not feel
Nothing.
Nothing.
I was chilling.
you have to like
No,
you
no,
don't
and I didn't even know how to push because I couldn't feel how to push. I was check. But when you finish, when nothing, you still don't feel like anything. You now wears off. Then you now start.
so like it won't start wearing off after a while. It starts wearing.
And start they give you something to topping up. So they usually say don't top up when you're going to push so that you can feel pushing. But when I just felt that thing coming back, I just say lie. I will figure out how to push later. I'm not feeling this pain.
Oh, nice.
yeah. So epidural, please, guys. Yeah, don't kill yourself. There's no award. There's no award for it. So we're going to hear your opinion being friends with people that are single and being friends with people that are married with kids, would you recommend it? And like, I mean, did you lose any friends in any category?